Welcome back to match 3. This is Old Man Poole. We won the dice roll. We're going first. This hand's pretty good. Champion of Wits is one of our best 3-drops for sure. We have an Evolving Wilds and a Desert, which is a little bit awkward because we kind of want to play both in the first turn, but we also probably don't have a 2 play, so it makes it a little bit less bad. That's fair. It is definitely not a cheap hobby. Fun hobby, not a cheap hobby. Let's bring back that mountain. Well, it took a long time with that there. Not sure exactly why. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, I guess if we played the Desert of the Mind, well, no, it still wouldn't work because we want to play the Plains. I think we are going to make sure we just play the Champion of Wits on time, but we're going to have a Stranded Fanbearer for just a minute. That's okay, though. There are worse things than Stranded Fanbearers. But just shows how we get a little bit behind from a sort of clunky mana start. Having these for fixing and for cycling later on is really great, though. All I've Forgotten Pharaohs. That's a good one. Ooh. I think we're actually going to play the Champion. Steward of Solidarity, not the Champion of Wits. Champion of Wits is a little bit better if we can pitch lands. And the Steward's kind of nice because it will let us go around the Wall of Pharaohs given enough time. It will take a minute to get there, but given enough time. If neither of us play any more creatures for us, the match Steward will beat the wall. Okay, land would be good. Maybe it's worth playing Champion of Wits just to find lands. Maybe we just cycle and play the Fanbearer. So we can use Fanbearer to get rid of the wall too. We also swing. Yeah. I guess we could have considered swinging beforehand and just using the farm. I thought about using Open Fire. Neither of those seem incredibly effective, but they're not terrible just to get rid of the wall. But just making a 1/1 doesn't seem that bad either. Okay, can't play him. So let's just pass for my opponent, and we'll start cranking out some 1/1s with the Steward. Very possibly he's got a counterspell here, which is why he's considering so long on these. If he doesn't have anything else to play, though, I think I probably would counter there. It's kind of nice using counters when you can, although maybe that's more of a draft mentality than a sealed mentality. You just want to make sure you hit the opponent's really good cards. It's not like we're applying massive pressure. Opponent hits his 4th land drop and has something to do. Ooh, wow. Banewhip Punisher. Okay. That is a good one for sure. Interesting. I may just use that. Tapped a little bit interesting there, because he can't utilize the whip. I wonder if it's worth using Open Fire to save our Fanbearer. I'm not like way crazy opposed to that trade. Let's play our Champion of Wits. If he wants to shoot off our Fanbearer, I think I'm okay with that. I would love to draw a couple. Alright. I think we pitched the Riverwinder and Saving Grace? Saving Grace is a little bit less good if there's we're not expecting a real racing situation. I guess we can always cycle that away too. And maybe if we flood, we'd rather have the Riverwinder. Yeah, okay. Talk myself into it. These are tough decks to play. Just a lot of different things kind of moving around. A lot of moving parts. A lot of interesting choices when you're discarding. on a Sphinx. Okay, well, that's gonna be a farmed target, I imagine. We just want to get rid of our Striped Riverwinder. If we find one more land, it's kind of nice because we can use Farm and Gustwalker. In which case, I guess we should have just cycled this. Or pitched that and kept the land. Yeah, maybe a little bit rough. Don't think he's getting in here for any damage, but... Yeah, I think I should have just got rid of the Riverwinder to begin with. That was probably a mistake. Fed Dunes means we're not crazy punished. Actually, I guess the island wouldn't have done it, because ideally I play Farm and Gustwalker. This at least does get us there. So we can use Fanbearer, remove that, like, yeah, it's not even that exciting of a swing. Let's play our Gustwalker and pass, planning on using Farm. That's a threat that can slowly get in damage at least. Need to remember to use our Steward at the end of this turn. Pretty slow, but I guess it slightly is faster than the wall. It's 3 damage, or 1.5 damage per turn. This is only 1 damage per turn. This is obviously easier to interact with than that, but it's an option. Alright. So he... Okay, yep. Let's just always yield. It's okay. Imagine he gets in with the Sphinx. We'll use Farm. It's possible this gets countered. Okay. If it doesn't, though, markets. Like, even if it does, market's a little bit nice. Titan. Okay. Getting closer to Riverwinder, which I guess trades with it. And Sandblast. Right on time. Let's just go ahead and swing with our Gustwalker here. I'm using Sandblast on his Titan. Wizard. Whee! So we're just gonna hold on to the Riverwinder. We'll get to play it eventually. Not gonna use Market. Yep. We just want to tap it down. Maybe. I might encourage him to kill it. I think we just hold on to Sandblast and Open Fire. Could just use the Open Fire to kill the Bane Whip at some point, although obviously I have to wait for him to tap out. Which might be about to happen. Ooh, Hip the Eternal. Alright, that is a good one. Come on, you want to just use it? No? Alright. Keep giving me that value. Ooh. Yeah, Heaven and Earth gets there eventually. It's probably a lot better against me than my opponent, though, right now. Yeah, I think we just tap down and Sandblast the Titan. So you might kill it at the end step here. How about it, buddy? No, it's weird. Maybe he's got something else that... Ooh, that's pretty good. He's now winning the race. Tap down to him. Sandblast the Titan. Make another token. No mana. Gonna make another token with our Steward, slowly filling that out. Ooh, Vizier the Anointed's a good one. Fortunately, can't go get a land, but he doesn't do everything. But Scourge Champion's a pretty good one. We'll crack in with our Gustwalker. Guess we should have done that before the Vizier. That was a little bit sloppy. Alright, we're gonna take another 1 here from the wall though, and then next turn we're gonna start taking 2 a turn. Okay, it does blow it up. Entirely possible we get another land, and Chafet Dunes pumps everything up, and we hit for quite a bit in 1 turn. Or Scrapper, it's a good one. A little bit less good against Vizier, but a good one all the same. Gaining 4 life off the Sunscourge Champion is going to be nice, though. Okay. No swing with Nahib. Content to use him as a big blocker here, it looks like. Alright. Play Fanbearer, but I think we're just going to bring back the champion here. And pitch Heaven to Earth. Draw a card, hopefully a land. Cool, I like lands. Okay, get to gain 4 life, which does put in a little bit of an allowance on my opponent's clock. And then we'll play the Steward, or we'll use the Steward at the end of the turn. So we got into 14 here. We're definitely battling against time to some degree. Ooh, what you got? Draw 2. Yeah. Seems fair. Definitely a good one. It's funny, neither of us have drawn tons of lands this game. We've drawn, I guess, 6 since we got one of those from Evolving Wilds, so it's kind of neutral, or 7. We have 1 island in the graveyard. He's drawing 7. Okay, Sandworm's pretty good. Another soldier. Ooh, Dauntless Haven's not bad either. So we'll swing at that guy and exert, play the Dauntless Haven. That does speed up our clock rather significantly. And we'll play a Fanbearer. Still can't quite activate the deserts, which will be significant at some point, I hope. But don't need to use it quite yet. Just a Dauntless Haven. And a Fanbearer. Alright, got to 11. So he's also going to get at least 1 Afflict trigger off Nahib. Ooh, and Firebrand Archer. We're getting close to just burning alive here. Okay. Water Elemental. Getting back Hieroglyphic Illumination. He does put it on top. Okay. It's a little bit interesting. He could be using these to gain him life, couldn't he? I didn't even think about that. Alright. So I kind of just want to open fire this guy. And keep up our Fanbearer. We are at 11. I mean, my opponent... I guess we're at 6, in effect, because he can deal enough right there. It's possible that he's running something like Inferno Jet, in which case I think we lose. Considering something here, could have like Glorious Agony or whatever at instant speed. I guess actually Fanbearer can hold off and Heb probably for a bit. Swing. That guy. That's true, I should have open fired first. That was a mistake. Hopefully he doesn't have a counterspell. We get truly blown out. No counter? Yeah. We could consider just using the farm to market to find another white source, and Shifet Dunes probably kills him. Maybe we'll cycle the Riverwinder. It's close. Let's see, right now he has 6 blockers. Warriors are more than enough, right, if we find white. We should probably just go for it. He has Inferno Jet, we're dead. Graphic Illuminations is good. I think we might actually need to... Maybe I should have used the farm to market. I think we were on a shorter clock than I was thinking. Yeah, so we're down to 7. Obviously he doesn't have Inferno Jet, otherwise he would have just killed us. But we are down to 5 regardless. Okay, let's cycle this guy. I think we need to interact this next turn. Even though he's good, we'd rather have another desert. Okay. We can play the dunes, in which case he's got 1 card. Suppose he can kill 1 thing. We remove 1 blocker. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He blocks 1. It's not going to be enough, is it? Let's not tap him down. Oh, that's pretty good too. Alright, and yep, that's enough. Okay. Opponent didn't let us go through the actions of going to attack. Alright, so we didn't really attack a whole lot back and forth that game. Opponent's got playing a lot of walls and looking to just kind of bleed us out. Pretty good. Shifet Dooms obviously was MVP there. I'd say Inoketcher's name is good, but it's actually, that was an unusual game. Char Stewart just never died. Impeccable timing. He did have some small stuff. What seemed bad against my opponent? Riverwinders I think are good. I think pretty much any of our top end's good. Heaven Earth seemed fine. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I want to cut. Maybe Saving Grace isn't that exciting. I think we saw 1 open fire. I can't remember for sure. I should double check my opponent's graveyard. Saving Grace is pretty good against burn in general. My opponent is playing red. So I guess, do we think Impeccable Timing is that great? I don't even think it really is. I think that a lot of the time, Saving Grace is going to do a very similar effect. So let's go ahead and just submit. I think this is okay. Ooh, hand is pretty good. It's a little bit slow, but I think that's okay. I think we're going to cycle the River Serpent and try and find something a little bit more accessible early on. Would like to find another white source, although Shifet Dunes will do in a pinch, as we saw last game. Evolving Wilds I like, especially this early. I think I am gonna go get red. Yeah, especially if we draw plains. Okay, he doesn't have a desert quite yet, which is good. The wall is not quite as aggressive as it appears that it can be sometimes. Which is good, because we have a very slow draw here. Any play? He does have access to any color now. Go get red. It's beautiful art. I'm not quite sure what's happening. If that's like sand dunes rolling in over this lush area, or I really wish this would stay big. Going with my usual complaints. Ah, Manleth's a good draw. Especially with Heaven and Earth in hand. So we saw one flyer from my opponent, the Bloodborne entity. Yeah, he's got a desert now. Trips you. Enough so I don't really love dropping the Heaven, and also shows my opponent that we can play Earth at any point. Isn't necessarily great. Ooh. See, on the other hand, close to being able to wipe the board. Not quite there. And we can still do it next turn if we play the Vizier, right? Yeah, so I'm not going to cast it quite yet. See if we can bait out one more creature of my opponent's and blow it up. So, I mean, this next turn we can just use it as a 1-for-1, kill off the Scrapper, but that's not all that exciting. Certainly not worth splashing for. And we'll see what he plays and whether we want to wipe the board. The Vizier does represent some value, because we're going to get cards back. Get Champion of Wits. I think that's a little bit better, especially given our hand and we're very likely to hit 7 mana. So we could just play Angler Drake next turn. And Champion of Wits the following one. That's true. It's kind of nice being able to pitch Heaven with Champion of Wits too. For kind of a free discard. So we're going to take 4 here. Just getting in there. Yeah, that's a little bit better against Angler Drake. Okay, we got down to 14. Ominous Sphinx. Well, it's good. Our Drake's a little bit better. Ooh, I just want to kill it actually. We could use Heaven. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heaven for 5. Yeah, feels pretty good actually. Is there any risk to waiting? They're not really the colors that see Pump very often. But if he does have a Pump spell randomly, it's pretty bad for us. I think I'm just going to do it now. The odds that he plays like a Bloodborne entity is not crazy high. But yeah, we get a nifty multiple for 1 here. Next turn, it's possible we can just use the Earth and play a Steward too. You don't necessarily have to kill off the wall, although killing the wall is nice. My opponent may not give us a great chance to get more value. I do like drawing cards off our Vizier, so. I'm definitely glad we kept the Heaven in hand, though. That was a pretty big swing. Okay, unwilling to play anything else. We could just use Angler Drake, bounce the Scrapper. We could play Champion of Wits. We could just kill off this for 5 and then play Steward. That might be our best play, actually. It does give us a 2-for-1. I don't think my opponent's realistically going to give us a lot more than that. We could play the Angler Drake and start swinging in, though. Angler Drake is immune to it. Kind of like just killing the Scrapper though. I'm gonna have to trade with it at some point probably. Cool. And we can swing with our Vizier, which is a little bit of a nice perk. Getting for just a small amount of damage. Our Steward. And next turn we have our choice of Champion of Wits and Angler Drake. I think we're slowly taking over the game. We are at 13. There's a chance that a deck like this can still kind of kill us out of nowhere. There's a lot of reach that he's got going on, but as far as board presence goes, we're definitely pulling ahead. Next turn we can do Angler Drake and Unquenchable Thirst, although that's maybe a little bit crazy. There's the entity. Getting back Hieroglyphic. Putting on top is... what turn is this? Turn 7. So he's missed one land drop. Open Fire is also a little bit interesting. Could play Angler Drake, bounce. Wonder if we want to keep the Shafet Dunes to pitch. Maybe not bad. Bounce the wall. He has to replay it next turn. Punch in Bloodwater Entity at some point. I guess we get in for 2 that way, and we advance our board with the Angler Drake. Or we can just Champion of Wits. Probably draw some good stuff off of that, and then the 4/4 is pretty good too. Yeah, maybe we'd rather save a bounce. Although, this gets in for 2 then. This means we're going to take at least 3 next turn. Maybe this is more conservative. I like moving up our board too. Oh, it's possibly as a counter spell. Yeah, that's a dangerous color combination. Let's just do this. We get to play around the counter spell. Get to draw a bunch. Draw 5, discard 2. Seems pretty good. Pitch a couple of lands here. At least that's my anticipation. Unsummon. Oh, okay. That doesn't work the way you want it to. I have tried lowering its power before, and you still draw, which doesn't make entire sense to me, but it still works. So we'll pitch that, and that, although I'm sure my opponent thought he was being clever there. Does not work that way. Alright, and we can exert with the Steward. Angler Drake gets rid of the wall and kind of blocks the Bloodwater Entity. A couple of removal spells. We can just use Open Fire too. We're going to take 2 here though, and the wall's going to hit us some more. It's not a small amount of damage. The opponent's playing a kind of a different game than we are. Got a spell. Hieroglyphics? Okay. Down to 8. We may just want to use the Thirst on the Pharaoh. Feels a little bit silly, but this just represents so much damage. We may just have to. All in good time, though. Gotta get rid of the entity first. Okay, Aerial Guide's a good one. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8 mana. So you can play the Angler Drake, bounce something, and thirst something. I guess we bounce the Aerial Guide, thirst the Pharaoh. Or we could just play Gustwalker. Ugh. It just does a lot of damage. I think we want to thirst. We have a lot of removal. If he plays anything really great, we use Kefnet's Word. We bounce that. Would love to. There's Unquenchable Thirst there. I mean, we've got a lot of value in this game. I think we just have to avoid dying. So we'll play it slow. Keep our life total as high as we can. And just let our superior creatures take over as the game goes along. We've got a better board state, more cards in hand. We just have to not let him have Inferno Jet or something. He just can't let him kill us randomly out of nowhere. Okay. That counts as a kill out of nowhere. Probably means he doesn't have a good attack with the Bloodwater Entity though, which I like. We may just Kefnet that. Ooh, Fanbearer's not bad. So we still have 8 mana, right? The hand represents 3 on his own, though. I think we play Kefnet Gustwalker. Kefnet Open Fire. Actually, maybe Kefnet Open Fire Fanbearer. I just play really safe. Yeah, just play it safe. Just play it safe. It's true, that actually gains us a bunch of mana. I didn't think about that. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it's gonna gain us a lot. We could play like a Riverwinder. Huh. Because we swing for a bunch. Unless he's got a counterspell or something here. And then we just drop like a Riverwinder. Yeah. Let's make the play even better. I should have thought about that before the play was made, but still. Let's use Open Fire. All that. Okay, opponent just concedes. Alright, well, we finished off our third match. 3-0, we just need to pick up one more of the next two and we get a qualifier point, so feeling pretty good. I feel like we played a little bit, like last match was really bad, and this match has been, maybe not. I definitely had some missed plays. So, mistakes have been made, but hopefully we won't be punished by a slightly shady play in the next couple of matches. See you guys there.